Welcome to Open Enrollment 2020. Due to the COVID, we will not be holding on-site enrollment meetings with the vendors this year. This year, Open Enrollment will be held August 24th through September the 11th. That means any changes are due to Human Resources by close of business on September the 11th. Open enrollment is that time of year where you can make changes to our elections and eligible employees can enroll in our benefits. Remember, if you do not make any changes or enrollments during this time period, you will not have another opportunity until next year, unless you have what we call a qualifying event. So, what is a qualifying event? Qualifying events are births, adoptions, marriage, divorce, or any other changes that may affect your household. Please see Human Resources for further information. Let's begin by discussing our city benefits. So due to the COVID, like I said earlier, we will not be holding meetings on site. There are no changes this year in our health and dental and vision rates. Later in this segment, Melissa will talk more about health insurance and FSA changes. Throughout this presentation, we will provide you as much information as we can in order that you can make the best decision for you and your household. During this presentation, we will go into depth and try to give you as much information once again about the dental, our vision, our FSA, health insurance, and we will elaborate a little more on our voluntary products such as Aflac, Colonial, and Legal Shield. During this presentation, we will tell you where you can obtain the proper forms, which majority of them will be located on our city intranet page. You can access the intranet page by going to https://intranet.Leesburg, Florida. You have to spell Florida all out, .gov. The PowerPoint will be made available for you with specific instructions on how you can log in to our employee portal on the intranet page. If you do not have computer access, that does not limit you in obtaining the information. Please see your immediate supervisor or your department's administrative assistant for further assistance in getting these documents. So, once again, welcome to Open Enrollment 2020. We will start off by discussing our dental insurance. Our dental insurance is provided to us through United Healthcare. We have two plans. One is a DMO. The other is a PPO. So let's take a moment to discuss DMO. The DMO plan is where you are assigned to a dentist within the network. And by staying within the network, the costs for services are outlined in what we call a plan summary. This plan summary will list the specific procedures as well as what your financial obligation is for that procedure. There are no waiting periods for the DMO, no deductibles or maximums, nor do you have to submit claims. You must select an in-network provider. Simply put, if you go to a provider, a dentist, for procedures that is not within the network, the plan will not cover any of the costs for the services you received. So please keep this in mind when you're making your elections. It is a good idea to check on the number of dentists within the network. So in this plan, you pay a specific co-payment that's listed on the schedule of benefits to the dentist for the covered procedure or services. A schedule of benefits is a document that lists all of the procedures that your plan covers and what your financial obligations are for that specific coverage. There's a schedule of benefits form that is posted on the intranet page for you to obtain. Now, let's talk about the other plan. The other plan is a PPO plan. This plan, we describe it as the Freedom Plan. And what that means is that you have the freedom to choose or go to any dentist that you want to, inside a network or outside a network. However, if you cost compare the two, the DMO to the PPO, you're paying a higher premium for that freedom. You have $1,000 a year maximum under this plan. For new enrollees, that means those of us, if you've never had this coverage before, please keep in mind with this plan that there are certain waiting periods for procedures. For example, there can be up to a 12-month waiting period for oral surgery, root canals, and crowns. You can find more detail about those waiting periods and those procedures on the intranet that is listed on the PPO coverage form. If you have been enrolled in the DMO plan last year and you decide, okay, I want to now enroll in the PPO plan because the dentist that I want to go to is not in network on the DMO, there is no waiting period. United Healthcare will honor your months of coverage in order that you do not have that waiting period. So, in regards to both coverages, the DMO and the PPO, it is a good idea for you to do some research and check on the number of dentists that are within the network under the DMO and see if your favorite dentist or provider is listed. Maybe you have a dentist that you've had for years since you were in school, and that's the only dentist you want to go to. First, check and see if that dentist is listed as an in-network provider. If not, you would have to make a choice if you want to choose the PPO in order that you have the freedom to go to any dentist that you want to. Now, let's begin to speak about our vision insurance. Vision insurance is also provided to us through United Healthcare. There are no changes to the vision insurance. You can obtain further information on the vision insurance and the cost and the elected coverages on the intranet page. So for coverage and rate information, please go to the city's intranet page to obtain this information. For our voluntary benefits such as dental, vision, if you have any questions, you can contact the vendors directly or you can call HR. However, as you know, it's best to get the information from the source. But if you cannot contact someone at the company, please don't hesitate. Give our office a call and we will try to assist you as best as we can. As far as our Aflac, Colonial, and Legal Shield, each of these services have an account representative. So if you are wanting to obtain more information about Aflac, Colonial, or Legal Shield, you will have to contact the representative directly. Please do not call the 1-800 number to make changes. The reason that I say this is because This is the reason we have our own account representatives that handle only our employees. By calling the 1-800 number, you may get a representative that's not familiar with our processes. So if you want to enroll, cancel, or make any changes to these benefits, please contact the representatives directly. You can find their contact information on the city intranet page. You are welcome to contact them at your leisure. As far as our health insurance this year, due to COVID, we will be having virtual appointments. So there will be a link on the intranet page in order for you to schedule an appointment with our account representatives to discuss your concerns, your coverages, or maybe even at this time utilize discussing a billing situation that you may have questions about. Once you meet and make any changes with our voluntary products, such as the Aflac, Colonial, and Legal Shield, they will provide HR with that information so we can update your payroll documentation. Please note that those representatives will get all the changes to human resources. So once again, if you call the 1-800 number, they aren't going to call us. However, please contact our account representatives. That way, everything goes smoothly for not only you, but for us. So now I'll pass it on to Melissa Arriaga, our City of Leesburg Human Resources Director. Melissa will talk about our health insurance and FSA changes for the upcoming year. Melissa?
Thank you, Cara. That was great information. So as Cara mentioned, we're going to be talking about the health insurance and the FSA. So most importantly, what everybody wants to know, are there changes to my contributions? No. No changes to employee contributions this year. However, please keep in mind that as we've talked before to employees, our insurance claims still continue to rise. Unfortunately, there's circumstances out of everyone's control that cause this. So in fiscal year 2021, the city has increased its contributions to the health insurance fund by 15%. What does that mean? It means that you and I, as employees, we save more than $30 per pay period. Depending on the plan that you have, it can be from $30 up to over $80 per paycheck. So the city has decided for this upcoming fiscal year to contribute to the health insurance fund to maintain it. Now, what else can we do to help that fund? Well, we continue to do the best that we can to take care of ourselves and our family members. Yes, there's some things that are completely out of our control, but the things that we can control, the things that we can manage, that's what we want to do. Now, one of our resources to help us with our health and our well-being is our wellness center. I still continue to say, and many employees as well, that it's a wonderful benefit that we have for employees and for retirees. So we encourage you to continue to utilize the Wellness Center for your health needs, for prescriptions, etc. The providers and the assistants there at the staff there at the Wellness Center are ready and able to assist us with whatever we need. Now at a later date, we will be interviewing the Wellness Center staff and going into more detail with the services that they provide, but that'll be a segment later down the road, maybe in September, October. We'll follow up with you all on that. Now, remember, this plan year, we waived the HRA penalties. However, keep in mind, starting in October, the health risk assessment requirement goes back into effect. So that means any employee that's on our health insurance that is not covered under a CBA is required to get a health risk assessment blood draw at the Wellness Center and a follow-up at the Wellness Center so that you don't receive a penalty in October 2021. All right? So keep that in mind. That goes back into effect starting in October. Now, we encourage employees to make any appointments that they have with the Wellness Center through the portal. That information is located on the intranet page. So please begin to familiarize yourself with that. Schedule your appointments online because walk-ins are not permitted. And this streamlines the process a little bit better. The hours of operation of the Wellness Center are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Now from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. is the nurse-only visits where you can schedule blood draws, etc. Now let's go on to the flexible spending account. I want to talk about some changes that are happening in the current plan year and in the new year, okay? Normally, any services that we want to pay for using our flexible spending account, we'd have to make sure to have those services done by September 30th, 2020. However, due to COVID and the fact that many medical services were postponed, we have extended that deadline to December 31st, 2020. All right? So that means this current plan year from October 1st, 2019 to September 30th, 2020, any services that we wanted to have, we can continue to use those funds through December 31st, 2020. Whatever we don't use by December 31st, remember $500 or less will carry over January 2021. So let's say you currently have $1,500 in your account. Make sure to get it down to $500 or less so that by December 31st, that amount will carry over and you won't lose it. Now, let's talk about the new plan year beginning in October. All right? The IRS has increased the maximum contribution, the maximum election, to $2,750 for the year. Number two, the new carryover amount in the new plan year will go from $500 to $550. But remember, that applies to October 1st, 2020 to September 30th, 2021. So in September of 2021, anything I have in my account of $550 or less will carry over into next year's plan year. All right? Now, please remember that all carryovers take effect in January. So this year, anything that you have left over, well, you'll see it in your account January 2021. Next year, anything that you have left in your account in September of 2021, you will see it carried over January 2022. Now, please keep all of these things in mind when you're making your elections for 2021. If you currently have a flexible spending account MasterCard, please do not throw it away. It can still be used in the next year. It has an expiration date, I think, of September or March of 2024. So please continue to use that card in the new plan year. Try to remember not to throw it away. Otherwise, you'll have to call the FSA company to have one reissued. Now, we get this question every year. If I'm not electing FSA, do I have to submit an enrollment form? Yes, you do. Whether you're electing it or you're not electing it, you must submit a form accepting or declining flexible spending. All right? And again, to reiterate what Cara said, the deadline is September 11th for all changes. So one more thing we want to add to everyone is to please familiarize yourselves with the Employee Assistance Program, EAP. The detailed information is on the PowerPoint as well as the intranet page. We know these are very trying times, very stressful times, and that resource is available to all employees. So please familiarize yourselves with that. We hope that you have found all of the information provided in this video beneficial to you and to your family to make the best decisions or best elections for yourselves for the next plan year. If you have any questions whatsoever, Cara, myself, the rest of the HR team, we're here ready and willing to assist you. We wish you all the best. Keep taking care of yourselves, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.